Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're watching me again. My name is Loxy if you haven't watched me before, and I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now today I am super excited because I'm starting to sow my seeds so late in January. Now ideally I would have done it probably about a week ago, but my little 3-year-old daughter got really bad tummy bug and she had to go on hospital on the drip, and then my son had it and I had it, and now it's the end of January, so I'm just sowing. As many of you will know that I live in Nottinghamshire, UK. If you watched my seed sorting video, you will know that where I live, it's probably about 3 degrees cooler than the mildest part of the country. And if you haven't watched it, I will put a link of it in the description, so please watch it if you have no idea what I'm talking about. First things first, why am I sowing at home? Because obviously you're in my kitchen, right? So the reason for that basically is that all of the seeds have a minimum germination temperature. It's usually 18 degrees plus, or 64 Fahrenheit, if that's how you're working it out. And at my allotment in my greenhouse, my thermometer was still recording sort of -2 some nights, so I can't do that. It has to be maintained throughout the night as well. It can't be too cool. 4 main things that you need if you haven't sown before and you're not so sure is seed trays. So seed trays, let me show you. So I got these new ones. These are from Wilco that I have bought. They're quite large and deep actually, so the seeds can stay in there for a while. It's like a bit of a propagator. It's not a heated one. You can get a heated one if you want. But I've never had issues with germinating my seeds at home in these, so that's why I'm using them. You can always also use, what I've been doing is saving my fruit and vegetable plastic packaging and some of the meat ones as well, because they fit in quite nicely for sort of drainage and things as well. So if you are sowing something that like I'll be sowing oregano, I might want to sow in one of these, so I can sow quite a lot of them and just transplant them straight away. So you can use what you can. If you don't have too much money, you don't have to spend an awful lot if you want to save. So you could go for something like this where you can just reuse these. I've actually asked my friend Marketa to help me save some of these, and I've got quite a lot collected. But I'll need a lot because I have a lot of seeds. I think now I've accumulated something like 130 seed packets. It's not good. I have an addiction to seeds. Anyway, number 2, you need your compost or seed compost. So those are 2 different things. So a regular compost is what you'd usually put to mulch your garden or work into the ground. I have used compost before. The compost that I had bought before had quite chunky bits, so some of the seeds were struggling to come through. Seed compost, this time I got, oh, it's heavy. Heavy, this one. It was an offer, that's why I got it. And I thought I'll just try it. I've never used it before, so we will see together how this goes. Or you can actually use cocoa coir. Cocoa coir you can use just on its own. It's supposed to be really good. I've never tried it before, maybe that's for next month. We'll do that next month, yeah? So, we've got that. Number 3 is Vermiculite. I'll open it up now and I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll talk you through a little bit more about what it is basically. This is Vermiculite. It's very light, sort of goldy colour, browny colour flakes. You almost can't feel that they're in your hand. It's basically a natural occurring mineral that helps to aerate the soil, retain water and nutrients. So it's supposed to be really good to use. And the last thing that you need is your seeds. Right, let's talk a little bit more about seeds. That's one of the most asked questions in January. What can I sow in January? Well, the answer is I'm not really sowing that much. I'm only sowing just enough to satisfy my need to sow. So I'll be sowing leeks, cauliflower, red velvet lettuce, which is extremely cold hardy, oregano, coriander, leeks, and finally bee balm. Now, if you haven't heard of bee balm before, it is a wonderful flower. It is a perennial, which basically means you sow it once and it comes back year after year after year. And in fact, I've got 50 seeds here, and I would definitely won't be using all of them. So if you fancy some bee balm seeds, just drop me a comment or a message on either Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, and I will share some of my seeds with you. This year, I've decided to do something that's slightly different. Usually, I will just sow my seeds in compost and leave it on the windowsill. However, this year, I've heard so many things about vermiculite, and I have decided to do a bit of a test, and hopefully it's going to help you and it's going to help me, because this bag cost me £9. It's quite a lot of money for what it looks like. So what I will be doing this year, when I sow my seeds, I'll be sowing half of them in compost only and half of them in vermiculite as well. And I will want to see what is the difference, whether there is a difference in the health of the plant, in the growth of the plant. I'm just really curious. I want to know whether this is definitely worth the money, and I will keep you updated throughout the process and how it's all getting on basically. So this is the end result. I've done all of them. There we are. All of them, half and half of vermiculite, half without, to see what the results will be. The reason why I haven't done an awful lot is basically because I want to stagger my harvest. So these seeds that I've sown today are going to germinate, and I've got 4 of each, and then I'll go ahead and sow some more maybe end of next month or maybe even March, so I have that bit of time. And I've also sown the oregano. The oregano I've done purely with vermiculite on top. And I've also done the coriander, again half with vermiculite, half without. So that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. Please drop me a comment or a message on either Instagram, Facebook or YouTube. That's absolutely fine. I'll answer as many of you as I can. And thank you so much for subscribing, and I will see you soon. Bye.